Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Okay, I want to get right into this for some reason. I'm really excited about it. This is I'm wondering, I don't know if I should even say this, but I think yours might be the best I've seen. Stop. So how is that happening? Okay, this is good. This is good. It comes through in like pieces and almost it's almost like getting on the plane, going where you need to go, and coming back. But once you step on the plane, it's like everything just keeps happening one after the next, one after the next, one after the next. It's just like a roller coaster ride. But especially because I'm getting the Path and Hunger. This card keeps popping out. Today, the Hunger card popped out a few times. And I'm also getting right on top of this, the Eight of Pentacles. This is what's going on around you. The Path, the Hunger, the Eight of Pentacles. Just keeps going forward, just keeps going forward. People moving forward I feel like this is one of the things when people are like, I have to do what's right for me. I have to do what's right for me. I have to keep moving. I have to make sure my stuff is taken care of. I have to make sure my stuff is taken care of. And there's other people you're doing things with, but they seem to be very centered, almost survival instinct, really. That would be hunger. Hunger, survival instinct, that type of feel. But what's the other card there? The Path. This is what they feel like they need to do to make things work out for them, and they just won't get pulled off from it. I have a goal. They have tunnel vision. They're headed towards that goal. They do not want to be diverted. They do not want to hear or deal with anybody who would impede on their goal. Boom, forward, forward, forward. Whoever this might be a person. It could be a situation. It could be a business mentality, kind of like we have a goal. Get out of the way. You're either on board or off board. If you're off board, get out. That's kind of how they feel. It's kind of like there's no middle ground here. I don't know about this. That mentality is bad. I mean, obviously. But in the sense of whatever the tunnel vision is going towards, it's kind of like having tunnel vision, right? And you're just I'm not going to look at anything else but where I'm going. And I'm just going to keep running forward. I'm going to keep running forward. I'm going to keep running forward. They're not looking at their feet or the ground or what's around them. And there's things in their way. There's holes. There's potholes. There's a pit here and there. If they don't pay attention to where they're going and they look at the surroundings around them, they're just kind of I'm looking there. I'm only looking there. I'm only going there. I'm not going to look anywhere else. Just there. And I'm going to keep going there. If you don't look at where your feet are going or what's around you or what's coming at you from the side, not for nothing, if you go into an intersection and you're not paying attention to traffic crossing back and forth, you could get hit you could get blindsided and then game over, not for nothing. And that's the attitude that I'm feeling you're dealing with. They don't want to hear about distractions or other possibilities or what's going on around them or what things they should watch out for. I'm just going towards my goal and I will hit my goal. No, they might not. I feel like they might have problems because I'm getting the blossoming and beginnings for them. This is in the challenge position for them. This is what's not going to work out. Things are not going to blossom. This is not going to go forward very far. This is about to fail. This is definitely about to fail. Now I'm getting with you. I don't know. I'm just going to give... Here's the cards that came out because I don't know how this is going to sound. Acceptance? Is that what it is? No. Pleasure and acceptance in the Three of Swords. It's not your fault. You did try. You're the one who has the pickup. You have somebody. There's going to be a fail here. The Three of Swords, it's showing up on your side, but the pleasure and acceptance is kind of how do I put this together? You're not enjoying the fail. I don't want to, it's because that's why I'm where's this going? Because I don't want to, it sounds rude, but I don't think that's where this is going. Things fail. And then you see the acceptance card, which is this one. If you notice, there's one hand reaching out for another. things are able to be corrected because they had to fail before they would stop that tunnel vision mentality. They were bound to have a problem. It's the Three of Swords, which is better than... There's other cards that are worse than this, in my opinion. Heartbreak is kind of like, you know, you wanted something to happen and it didn't, and you're disappointed. It's like you're going for that great job and you just don't get it. Or you're trying to get that partner and you're trying to win them over and they just don't want you. That's heartbreak. That's notable. But it's also that type of card, when that passes, maybe you didn't get that job, but something else could come and you might get something better. Maybe you didn't get that person you wanted to be with, that somebody else comes into your life and they're a better fit and you're a lot happier than you would have been. That's also with this card. Like, you may have this moment of sadness, but it might lead to a better moment for you later. Might. But with this reading, I'm getting something better does come. Because they reach out. Whoever it is, they're like, that tunnel vision, it screwed them up. The hunger, that's not good. Hunger is not a good way to live. If you live in hunger, that's not a good way. You want to try to work on that to find, like, why are you hungering for something and how do you fix that? Like, what do we need to do to work at to make the hunger stop? We shouldn't be hungering for things. We should be, I need things, I'll work towards that, I have enough around me, and I utilize that as necessary. When you hunger, you're kind of in that survival mode. That's not a good way to live. They're reaching out. They're open to what you need because they hurt themselves in some respect. Like, if you keep going towards and you're not paying attention to where your feet are going, you're going to trip. At the very least, you're going to trip and fall on your face, which is not fun, but a lot better than plunking down a hole, not for nothing. Going down a manhole would be a lot more devastating, I would think. You know, so I'm getting, like, they're open to you, they're listening, they're like, oh, okay. Because you're quickly catching on to this. Like, you have to jump in there quick and be like, you might have to be that person that says, you know what? You can't blame anybody for you falling down that hole or tripping on your face. You didn't look. You didn't pay attention. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. It may seem rude, but you may have to be that voice of reason saying, you can't just go running down the street willy-nilly with scissors in your hand and expect everything to work out. There's a reason we say don't run with scissors. Like, there's a reason that saying happens. It's an unexpected moment, but I'm getting you get to really... Purity is a weird card in this deck. I don't know why I have aversion towards it, but it just... I think it's just the white lady on there, and I just find it very uncomfortable. I don't know why I do, but, like, I'm feeling it with this. It kind of makes sense. Like, you have to point out what's wrong here, and I feel like it really kind of pulls into that feeling for me. Kind of like, listen, I don't mean to be the person that says, points out all the problems here, but I think if I don't, you're just going to start doing that tunnel vision thing again, and then what are you going to hit next? What are you going to run into next? What are you going to trip over next? So I have to point out all the things you did wrong and why the way you're handling it is just asking for big problems. I have to point out all your faults. Like, you have to do that. It's very uncomfortable, but it's like I have to come forward and tell you everything you're doing wrong so you stop it. It's unexpected that they listen is what I'm getting. There's a lot going on here. They really want their goal. They're hell-bent on this goal. With the Ace of Pentacles is kind of like, there's do or die. That's the do or die. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep going. I want this. I want this. I want this. I need this. They're resisting it. Is it resistance or resilience? Resilience is they're going to keep going. They're going to keep going even though it's stressful. They're going to keep going. But the attraction is to you because you're kind of like, I know you want that. You're going to end up dead before you get there. You keep going like this. You can't just keep doing that. One of these times you're going to fall down that hole, and you're just going to break your face, and then be it. You'll choke to death on your own blood. It's going to be gross. It's going to be nasty, and you might even flat out have to say it that way. It's very brutal, but you're trying to make a point. Like, listen to me. You want that goal? You can't do that. You're gonna come to your demise before you get to it. Why? Then what? Then why'd you even bother? They're very attracted to your honesty. I feel like you're going to have to be brutal with this one. Aquarius can do that. I know you can. I mean, it's not like you guys are pussycats. I know that. I don't know if I should have used kitty cat. I probably should have said kitty cat. Sorry. You know what I mean? You're not... None of you are weak. You know what I mean? If you need to say something, you will say something. I can't believe I used that analogy. Kitty cat. You're not a kitty cat. Even though kitty cats have claws, you know. I'm just saying. I'm moving on from that. That's what I'm doing. For the love of Pete, James. Peace and abundance. You are going to stabilize this a lot. I feel like you're going to have to be brutal. Sometimes it's necessary. It's not like you're violent in the physically violent. You're just being verbally brutal. Kind of like, listen, you're being stupid. Knock it off. Like you're just flat out saying, like, you can't run around town with your shoes untied and expect everything to go well. You're going to fall on your face and you're going to hurt yourself. Like, that's dumb. Stop it. Like, brutal. Even then, you're going to, you know what brutal is. Like I have to explain that to you. Like, seriously. You're going to bring peace to the situation through being verbally brutal. Because you're going to snap them out of it. Kind of like, hey, think about what you're doing. Think about what you're doing, and that's not working. Think about that too. Things go a lot better with the Nine of Cups, and you're bringing stability in with that Queen of Pentacles. You are going to hurt somebody's feelings. I think that's what you are going to hurt somebody's feelings. I don't know, but they're going to hurt themselves. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're going to end up hurting somebody's feelings. But then again, I know some other Aquarians, and I remember somebody kind of laughing at me and somebody saying, well, that's Tuesday. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know Aquarius energy well enough. I don't know if that's that normal for Aquarius. Like, oh, did I hurt somebody's feelings? Well, that happens. I don't know. You are going to hurt somebody's feelings, definitely. And I feel like it's kind of like you have to deal with that and you have to kind of work with it. But a better outcome comes because of it. Abundance is there. I also feel like you're kind of stabilizing them and you're getting them to like really pay attention to what you're saying. Success is coming for them. That's the Six of Wands. But the creation card reversed is also like, this card has come up in a few readings reversed. Like, I don't understand why I don't turn it around, but it keeps popping up. What I'm getting from this is basically you're getting them to put their feet on the ground. They don't have their heads in the clouds and just like, I want my goal. You got them, you're pulling them to the ground, you're putting lead in their shoes, kind of like stay on the ground. You can have your goal, that's the success. Whatever the goal is, the success is there, but you're like, you got to look at the ground. Stop running, look at the ground, look at what's coming left and right, look around you. What type of environment are you dealing with? And you're keeping them grounded. You might, every now and then, you might be a little... See, that's the thing I also feel. Good, bad, or indifferent. You can be harsh if you need to be. And I feel like they're watching and they're looking at you and they're like, they don't want that again. So when you say something and you put that energy behind it, like pay attention, they do. Because they're afraid that like if they don't, you're going to call them out for some of their own stupidity. I know that sounds brutal, but that's what I'm getting. And they don't want that. So they're trying to pay attention. They're paying attention more. They're more alert. I don't know. It's working for this situation. I know this sounds brutal, but I have a feeling like I'm going to have people that are Aquarians going, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Because I know some Aquarians and they're just like, yeah, you know, you want to make an omelet, you break a couple eggs. What do you want? Like, I've had that, like, I know some Aquarians that are they're just kind of like, well, that happens. I've gotten that a couple times. You let me know. I'll have to watch the comments for that one. Anything else with this? All right, I think we're done. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.